So how do you qualify to file for Chapter 7? Well, you really have to look at two things. We're going to take a look at your normal monthly income from all sources. And remember, this is going to include your spouse's income as well. So if you're thinking about filing for bankruptcy and you are married, you need to make sure that when you are preparing the information that you include their information as well, because it's based on household income. The next thing you have to look at in terms of qualifying for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy is something called the means test. And what the means test is, it's a 6-month average of your income and allowable expenses compared to the state median average. And so the first part of the means test is actually just going to look at your gross income, your gross household income. And if you are over the state median area for your income or whatnot, based on your household size, you will have to go through the second part of the means test, where you're then allowed to take out deductions that are based on IRS allowable expenses to see if you can actually pass the means test. So for a lot of folks that file bankruptcy, they never have to actually go through the entire means test, because when they look at their gross income, household income, it's not over the state median. So they're done. Great. But if your income is maybe a little bit higher, even though you don't pass the first part in regards to you're below it, you can go through the second part of it and pass, and so you'll be okay to do a Chapter 7. So don't be disheartened if you look at the numbers and you're like, oh, I'm over the state median, I can't file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. That's not true. It just means you've got to go through the second part of it. And so again, we have a video in our series that's going to get into that with a little bit more detail, so you know what you can include, what has to be excluded when you're making these calculations. But in terms of qualifying for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, you just have to make sure that you have not filed a Chapter 7 bankruptcy in the last 8 years, or in the last 4 years received a discharge from a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. And you have to make sure that you're going to pass your normal monthly income test and your means test, that 6-month average. So those are really going to be the items you need to make sure are in check before you look at filing.